Panic chamber time for Terry McLaurin, probably. And as I've been telling you for a couple of days now, this smells funny. The fact that he's seeking out second opinions, people talking about, he probably won't play this week. Right now he's not practicing. This is looking like a hernia type groin injury, not quad. There's a lot of different reports circling around right now, but Scary Terry wouldn't be shocked if this thing turned into something much, much greater. I'm not saying go cut him. I'm not saying take the speculative information and get drastic with it, but I'd be shopping him. I'd be trying to include Scary Terry in some 2-for-1 deals that let somebody look at him as a upside play, not a, hey, the onus is on Scary Terry. We'll talk about the best trades, and we're talking about you trade Scary Terry and let's call it a player like ETN for one better player, and you make him icing on the cake, the gravy that gets the deal done. And then if he ends up going on IR or this thing goes sideways, then you end up having somebody else take on that responsibility because the risk was diluted in the trade. But you always, and this always goes for every trade advice I give you, you always want to make sure the trade is good. If potentially, Terry out 6 weeks. Jason, you're going to go in timeout for putting fake news up. We have no news on that yet, so you're in timeout right now. Don't do that again. We're sitting here awaiting this news for Scary Terry to get worse. And you can get out of this, but like I said, always make sure that if you do a trade, if it goes the other way, the trade is still good. If you end up being wrong about Scary Terry, you have to be okay with the trade. You have to be okay with the trade. Manifest, I got your super chat. You dropped it. I didn't miss anything, by the way, Manifest. I just want to clarify that. You said Smitty missed my super. I did not. You dropped it when the show was like 2 minutes over. So like I appreciate you, but you probably had the show paused at some point. But I did see it. I got it right here. I screenshotted it. But just clarifying, I didn't miss nothing. You came in about an hour late probably into the show and dropped it. And I firmly, totally, 100% appreciate you. But just clarifying. We'll handle that in a second. I'll answer right away. Thank you, Manifest. Appreciate you dropping that message to remind me to pull that up. Let's trade Scary Terry, but let's trade him smartly. Let's trade him so that we are not, this is the longest intro in the history of the show. We're not upset if it goes the other way. Let's say Scary Terry misses one game. This whole news blurb on him with the potential hernia and all the different things going on, maybe that this is not a quad, it's a groin. You need to be okay with the trade. And you need to make a trade it's going to be okay. You're both going to win the trade if Scary Terry gets healthy, but you're absolutely dominating the trade if he doesn't play. Brock Bowers, a must-go get right now if the price is right. He's looking healthy. Bashal Tootin resting. Don't worry about him. Krosky, Merritt, maintenance, but are we concerned? We'll talk about that. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. Oh, and we'll draft. We'll draft Underdog, code Smitty. That link is pinned in the live chat. We'll jump in, get ready, doing it live. The Fantasy Football Show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Okay, so if you trade away Scary Terry, we'll get to Brock Bowers in a second, and then we'll get to the super chat here. If you're trading Scary Terry away right now, again, what I like to look at is who's a player you're concerned about anyway. ETN and Terry for one better player. JJ comes to mind. Probably a big ask to go in that direction. Garrett Wilson, and if you do something where you're going down a little bit to like Garrett Wilson, and ETN's playing at semi-Garrett Wilson level, or you could say he is. And so this is a total bonus if Terry comes back and plays ball. Then you want to add something in that you love. Maybe Harvey, this guy's done with him. I'll throw him in. Harvey's yours. Then it makes sense. Other players that come to mind, ETN, and Scary Terry for Hampton. ETN and Scary Terry for Judkins. All of these moves get you out of the Scary Terry game. And if he ends up being out on IR, you're not pulling off this trade. So this piece of gravy, this extra little additive, this accoutrement in the trade allows you to execute something that you shouldn't be executing upon. And if Scary Terry comes back, you're not mad. You're breaking even. This right here is still worth this, even if Terry comes back and he's hampered for a game or two, but he ends up doing kind of well down the stretch. ETN is losing ground to Tootin. This is the smart kind of trade that allows you both to win if you're wrong. But if you're right, you lambast, you lambast, however you want to pronounce it. And you're doing the basting. The basting. You're doing it. You're not allowing them to bast you. Okay. As for, so that's Scary Terry. Debo Samuel. Let's talk about Debo. Debo, pull back your bow. Where's the video? Here it is. Go.
Debo, draw back your bow and let the touchdowns go straight into your hands in the end zone. Mama Debo. Oh, you like Debo then, huh?
I like it. I love it. We got to use that. When Debo scores, so that's our boy, Denny. Everybody drop a voice of an angel, songbird of his generation. Drop a bow in the live chat. Drop a bow. Debo's going to the moon. Stock is on the rise. This Scary Terry thing. And I know a lot of people are going to say, but he doesn't play. There's no downfield threat. I'm scared about what's going on. I heard it from another show. Somebody said Debo can't do well by himself. According to our reports, Debo Samuel can't survive by himself. He's not a good route runner. He can't separate. This is not a good situation. Well, Debo's doing pretty good so far. Minus last week, no JD5, but top 10-ish wide receiver in the first 2 weeks of the season. Using this man everywhere. Tons of room to navigate space because JD5 is spied by defenses and defenses have their attention on JD5. You also have, you hopefully you start using this rushing attack cross scheme error. We're going to get to cross scheme error in a second. Hopefully you start getting that going because the better the run game is in week number 4, the less attention Debo will get if he's the lone wide receiver. So expect also the Commanders to be pretty aggressive potentially in the trade market. Look, I know everyone loves Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. We love him. And I think we're not wrong on Ja'Cory. And while we're on that note, we might as well bring it up and pull it up right here. We're not wrong on Ja'Cory. We're just not. I'm telling you right now, we're not wrong on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. We're not. But that doesn't mean these coaches, these teams, these organizations don't make stupid decisions. Look at how long it's taken for Henderson to be in the situation he's currently in, on the rise. I want to hit the button so bad. I'm not going to until House Call Hendy has a great game or takes a ball to the house. But House Call Hendy's on the rise. HHH and Associates is back in business.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Back in business. The intern down at the bottom of the screen there. Let's see if we can. He needs to be a little bit bigger, but he's down there perking. Go get some coffee. Hunter. But HHH and Associates are back. But look how ridiculous that is. Who here? Raise your hand if you think you're a better decision maker than every single decision maker on that New England Patriots staff. Who here knew? Raise your hand. All of you knew. Who here knew that Henderson was probably the best option? And why did it take this now 3 weeks going into week 4 to understand what time it is? You drafted this kid with the draft capital. He doesn't fumble the football. Henderson has never fumbled the football in his college career. Henderson, in 4 years of college, fumbled the ball 0 times, obviously lost the ball 0 times. And fumbling is a problem for Ramondre Stevenson and for Gibson, both of them. They're both notorious fumblers. And it took how long? Sometimes teams aren't smart. Sometimes decision makers don't decision. And right here, we have a running back named Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt that you and I know can run the ball well. You and I know has a quick twitch and Lev Bell-like rushing style that would flourish if given the opportunity. But we don't know what Washington wants to do because they continue to neglect to use him. Now, hopefully that changes this week. This news right here is more just concerning news, but I'm still excited about him. But we can't trust him. Not when we've got Bensons and Judkins and Hamptons and Hendersons to worry about. Am I right? Am I right?
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
But here's the news. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt knee missing Wednesday's practice was precautionary. Okay, that's good. I'm not too concerned. What I am concerned about is, do they want to use him in week number 4? That's what I want. He scored a touchdown. We thought he was going to get nothing, but he scored a touchdown. And very, very much excited that happened, okay? That we got a little bit something salvaged this week, but we don't know what to expect. Here's what I'm saying, and I don't know that this is a bad move. I honestly, I'd rather have the Washington Commanders have more talent than less talent. And if it comes at the expense of Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, so be it. Because we got a lot of other players to worry about in Washington. JD5, Debo Samuel. And if there's a team out there that would trade for a player like Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet, and Zach Charbonnet is being talked about in fantasy football news circles and Twitter sphere and everywhere known to man. But it's all spec. It's all people cooking up stuff. What if? But here's the thing. A lot of people were specking up that Tank Bigsby would maybe be traded. And the logical player to be traded because of the contract alone was not ETN. It was Tank Bigsby. I'm sorry. I mean, it was ETN. It was not Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby was the least likely player to be traded because he was cheap. You didn't need to worry about the contract. ETN you do. There's a lot more concern about getting rid of this guy and then having to worry about what do you do with this guy. Although they drafted Tootin, so, in reverse engineering it makes sense that they weren't worried about anybody because Tootin's going to be the future. But Tootin, and just a little sidetrack note, the fact that this guy isn't probably their future, I'm telling you that right now. He's going to be elsewhere, or they still could trade him, but I don't think they will now. They could. I don't think they will, but they could. They have a lot of holes. They may need to do something. Who knows what they end up doing. But the fact that they got rid of the guy Bigsby that had more security for the team, they got rid of Bigsby. They kept the guy they're not necessarily going to have next year, and Tootin's the only one remaining. What do you think's going to happen in the final half of the season? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Tootin's going to the mother freaking moon, maybe Mars.
To Mars!
The midseason monster known as the Tootmeister is going to be Tootin full-time for this team very, very soon. I'm not saying ETN can't. It's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to keep the job all year or to be in the mix, but Tootin will be tooting in a fantasy roster near you very, very soon. And my whole point in bringing that up, so I knew I was sidetracking, is that we think it seems logical that Walker would be the one that they would trade away, and they keep the Charbonnet contract and keep all that to help build. But this is where the NFL is wild. Either one of these guys could get sent away. Washington could be a recipient of that type of move. Keep it in mind as you're trying to plan for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt to lead you into the realm of success. It might not happen. Is there a wide receiver play? Could Michael Mayer be traded? Could they do something crazy, Washington? Who knows? Who knows? But it all kind of depends on the news of McLaurin and what the second opinion tells us. But the second opinion is never a good piece of news. Have you ever gone to the doctor? Raise your hand if you've gone to the doctor and he says, "You're looking great. I want a second opinion." I want a second opinion. Your elbow's not broken. Everything worked out. I want a second opinion. When has that ever happened? The answer is never. So if you go to the doctor and you want a second opinion, you go to your surgeon, you go to your specialist, you go to your trainer, you go to whatever medical decision maker that's making a decision for you or trying to recommend recommendation, and they give you an answer you don't want, where do you go? Second opinion. Let's go either confirm this or go find someone that tells me something that I want to hear. So McLaurin seeking second opinions is very, very, very bad. And the fact that this was deemed a quad injury, now it's a groin hernia situation, body issue, not a leg issue, abdomen, hernia, groin area issue. This is now something entirely different. That is wild. That's a crazy, like misdiagnosis, whenever this first went down. Not looking good. Not looking good. Brock Bowers, the man, the myth, the legend, the man known as the Brock Meister, is a full participant in practice. He's not hobbled in practice. He's a full participant. Get the meatloaf ready, Ma. Get it ready,
I
Ma.
smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, I'll say this. There are ways to acquire Brock Bowers. There are ways to make a mistake. There are ways to look at this situation and say, I'm going to get rid of him. He's not doing anything. I hate the Raiders. There's ways to over-evaluate the Raiders and think that everything will be just fine, and it might not be. It might be better, but it might not be perfect glory that we expected and projected in the offseason. You adjust and adapt, but I believe you also don't get too reactive. Look at Hampton. Hampton was trashed, and we said be patient. Couldn't start him last week. You couldn't. Nobody could start unless you were in the 2 flex league outside of your 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, or especially 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and 2 flexes. You couldn't really use Hampton last week. I started him in 3 leagues because I was in a bunch of flex leagues like that. But in a normal setting where you have 2 running backs and 1 flex, you couldn't use him. Like, no one's saying we knew when it was going to flip, but we knew it was going to flip. Just like Harvey's going to flip. Just like we knew Henderson's situation was going to flip. These moronic decision-making coaches and OCs that are overlooking all this rookie talent, misusing it. Travis Hunter's not trash. He's one of the most athletic players to ever come out of college. He's being misused. What looked like an amazing deployment of situation in Liam Cohen is now looking like a Miami Mike McDaniel disaster. Not every great OC and offensive scheme artist and architect of an offense is a good head coach. Starting to worry Waldron, whatever the case may be. Liam Cohen needs to make big boy decisions right now and make sure that Travis Hunter starts getting the football. We don't know when that will be. It could take until week 10. Remember, Bucky, nothing until week 9-10. Wasn't starting till week 13. Jahmyr Gibbs misused for 6 straight weeks. Wasn't even doing anything until week 7. Chase Brown, week 1, we don't trust him. Week 2, we don't trust him. Week 3, week 4 on, he was a monster. Top 5 running back. Chase Brown shouldn't be neglected or tossed away right now either. Not saying we're excited about the situation, but Browning will be better. If Browning's better, the run game's better. It's a trickle effect. Chase Brown's a good buy low. He's also a good, crafty, you send him and another player away for one better player safety move. There's two things can exist at the same time. 2 things can be true at the same time. Back to Brock Bowers as I sidetrack as far as I almost can go on some of these topics. Brock Bowers is a great go-get player from the panicked Peter that drafted him too high. This is why drafting Bowers in round 2 was risky. And I don't know if you guys watched a lot of the draft shows that we did leading into the last month of August and then into September. I'd always get asked, do you like drafting a tight end early? And the answer was always, in the early offseason, I do. When we still have all of our sleepers available, before those sleepers rise up. Because then you're never lacking at a position because you've got the whole draft littered with your sleeper players. But once those players become known players and they climb up and there's no more steal values anymore late in the draft, Then drafting Brock Bowers or McBride super early puts you behind the 8 ball. And then you're catching up and chasing all the other positions all draft long, and you end up just with a lacking team. So drafting Bowers was really, really, really tough. Really, really tough on the owner that drafted Bowers. Bowers owners right now, probably 1 win, 0 wins across the board for the most part. Not saying on this channel you guys might have prepared better than the average bear, but a lot of people that drafted Bowers are 0 wins or 1 win. A lot of people that drafted Rashee Rice outside of our community, of course, that prepared better, drafted better, surrounded their team with a lot of Bensons and players like that. Tootin. Those people that drafted Rice, those people that drafted Bowers are susceptible. They're 0-3, they're 1-2. It's time to go strike. It's time to say, you know what? Brock Bowers' injury, think about it from this perspective. I'm not saying everything's going to be solved. But Brock Bowers being injured is one reason why the Raiders struggling. Why are the Raiders struggling? Because Brock Bowers, you can't even read that. I wrote straight off the thing. Why are the Raiders struggling? Brock Bowers injured. If Brock Bowers is injured, Geno, while he's not a world star, Geno's going to play lesser. When Geno plays lesser, Genty has no room to run because Genty faces stacked boxes, and those stacked boxes don't allow this man to get any wiggle room. If this man has no wiggle room, the reciprocation of it all. Now Geno struggles more, Brock Bowers struggles more, and it's an endless cycle of madness. If Brock Bowers is healthy, Geno plays better, and the stack boxes tend to go away. And then Genty plays better as well. Brock Bowers might be, I don't think a lot of people are talking about this, but Brock Bowers might be the reason why it's all struggling. At least to the degree that it is. Now that Brock Bowers is back, Genty's maybe a buy low if you have the cojones to do it and you need a situational change in your team. You got one player like Nico or St. Brown or whatever, and you aren't winning. You got hit with injuries like crazy. Maybe you can trade that player for a Genty and a Garrett Wilson. Maybe you can turn one wide receiver monster, maybe one running back monster that's playing top 4 or 5 right now, into Genty and Garrett Wilson, into Genty and another wide receiver like Devontae Adams. It's time to divide and conquer for those that need to divide and conquer. Brock Bowers is a fantastic way to go do that as well. You go get Bowers and you go get Ladd McConkey for one wide receiver that's popping off that might be able to get you that. Let's call it Nico Collins. Nico Collins for Bowers and Debo. Debo comes off a bad game. Now everyone's worried about him being double teamed. If McLaurin's going to be in some bad shape, you could go get Pickens and Bowers for one well-playing wide receiver. You could trade AJ Brown right now for Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey. That would be a home run trade. That would be a home run trade.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All right, last piece, and couple pieces of news, and then on to the super chats. We've got Bashal Tootin, shoulder was limited Wednesday. Not worried about that. Seems like precautionary, just like last week he was limited too. Jacory, already talked about Jacory. We had talked about earlier on the other show, Jaden Daniels is limited, but look, says he's fine. It's up to the doctors, not him. Here's the exact quote from Jaden Daniels. Jaden says, "I feel good. It's up to the doctor." So JD5 and Debo hopefully back together doing Debo. Draw back your bow. Everybody sing it with me. Debo. Oh, go.
Debo, draw back your bow and let the touchdowns go.
Everybody do it live. Okay, this is from the super chat that got dropped after the show ended. Can't wait, and I appreciate you, by the way, Manifest. I'm just giving you a hard time because everyone says, "Smitty, you missed my super chat." I didn't miss it. You dropped it. Can't wait till I can start this lineup. I'm excited to read this manifest. I haven't read the question yet, but I saw that line and I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I want to give you my live reaction to reading this. Dart, Cook, Judkins. I mean, Dart's shaky, but like Cook, Judkins hits just right now. Lamb, obviously waiting for that. St. Brown, Rice, McBride, Flex, London, Garrett Wilson, bench, Tootin. Yeah, you're 2-1. You can weather through this too, bro. I don't even know what I would recommend to you trade-wise other than try and get into a better QB. But what if Dart was like really, what if he was like Justin Herbert rookie season good? Now, I think maybe Tootin or Marks maybe. You know, Murray, guys, are you starting Kyler Murray or Jackson Dart this week? I want to get a true objective take on that. But at least you've got another quarterback, like, you know, that's capable of running, getting a touchdown, running for 70 yards, 19 to 20 points is possible. So I think you're in good shape. Don't cut Kyler. He's still worth owning. Bro, this team is really, really solid. I really like your squad. 2-1. The fact that you already have one win, I think you get at least one or two more with this team. But let's see what the Kyler's trash. Kyler, I want to see how Dart does first. Kyler, but both are bad. I don't like Kyler at all. Kyler, Dart Vader, Kyler, Murray. Thank you for the $20 super chat. For the most part, I'm standing down on doing anything for that team. That's a really good team, my boy. Nice job, my boy. Nice job. I like it. You did good work there. Let's get these $20 haulers on screen. And appreciate you all dropping these 20s.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Will with the $20 hauler. Appreciate you, Will. I'm going to set your super chat right here, my guy. Let me see if I can go swing up to this other $20 hauler. This is from Paul. Paul, thank you for the $20 super chat. G Money with the other $20 super chat. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you so much for dropping those bags on screen. Start off with G Money's. He was first. Hey Smitty, 12 team half PPR record, 2-1. JD5 May. Okay, running backs Bijan, Kyron, Benson. Wide receivers Debo, Buka, Franklin, Ailmanor, Kraft, Fannin. I like trading Kraft right now. I think he's still got good value. You could wait for him to pop off again. What trades to make for 2-for-1? And then can I make an upgrade to the squad? So, you know, the QB needy teams, I could see one of them wanting Drake May. So could always float that out there and see, go to the teams that need a quarterback bad, like Jackson Dart starting teams. They might like that right now, but you dangle Drake May in front of them and they might all of a sudden say, you know what, I kind of like that. And what's Drake May actually playing at? Let me find his QB ranking in just a random league here. Let's see here. Let me go to a one QB league. I'll go to the Marsman League. Go to the players. Go to the quarterbacks. This is being leaders, quarterbacks. This is 2020. Okay, full season stats. Drake May is QB7. So that's a nice sell, bro. I think you could take Drake May, risk the biscuit on JD5. Now, this could be dangerous to do right now. Maybe you wait a week or you wait till you get JD5 as a go. You could pick up Mariota just in case if you do make this trade in advance of knowing. But it's a very nice trade piece for you for the long term of this team. Bijan, Kyron, Benson, don't touch it. Debo, Buka, don't touch it. A.O. Manor, I like him. He's a very safe play. But if you could take May and Kraft and go get London from somebody panicking, Genty from somebody panicking, Hendy or London or someone like, let's see what wide receivers we could think up here. Rice, bro. Go get Rice right now using Drake May and Kraft, Drake May and Coleman, Drake May and A.O. Manor, Drake May and Ridley and Kraft. Whatever it takes, Rice would be phenomenal for you. Let's see here. You got Debo, Buka. So you could also go after Lad McConkey's really crafty. Flowers off a bad game. People are reactive to that. I'm definitely interested in doing that, my boy. That's my advice for you. There's nothing else for you to do. There's nothing else for you to do. Should I trade Neighbors for Rashee Rice and A.J. Brown? No, I would not. Because I think Neighbors is going to score more points than A.J. Brown by quite a bit. And even though you're getting A.J. Brown and Rashee Rice. Now, here's where I might be, I guess, hesitant to say no, actually. If you could set up another trade in conjunction with this and say, hey, Hampton owner, hey, Judkins owner, hey, Benson and Ladd owner, hey, Benson and Harvey owner, hey, one of those players, one of these rising star, gems right here. Not everyone on this list qualifies, but you know what I'm saying. Or a Chase Brown, doubted Chase Brown, Genty. Bucky you're not going to get, but you get the point of what I'm trying to throw down here. If you could go get that player for A.J. Brown, Judkins, Hampton, or Hendy specifically, I like Rice in that player more than I like Neighbors. Or trade Neighbors for a Dunze and George Kittle. Not enough for me because you're without George Kittle for some more time. But it's an intriguing idea. My wide receivers are Buka, Keenan Allen, and Trey Tucker. You are hurting at that third spot. Tucker's been delivering, but I don't know that it's going to continue. CMC, Achane, Hampton. Oh, you got Hampton. I didn't even move down to this list yet. So you got Chase Brown and Hampton. So scratch them off, but the rest of these guys apply. And if anybody has a similar situation, sometimes I might say something that you have, but there's other people that have a similar situation, so it helps people to hear names. That's probably what I'm looking. If I'm doing that, if I can set that up in conjunction and execute both trades at the same time, I would maybe do this. But at the end of the day, I'm probably saying hold Neighbors, let Neighbors go drop fire in week number 4, and then trade them for the world after that. This one here is from Will. Will, appreciate you. Thanks for getting us right all season, per usual, Smitty. I do my best. I'm sorry I haven't hit 100%, and I will always be apologetic for not being 100% accurate because that's my goal. I'm not going to hit everything right away. I think we're going to have a really, really good week 4 on. Thanks for getting us all right, Smitty. Sitting 2-1 despite bad running back depth. Got offered London and Hendy for Lamb. I take London and Hendy for Lamb because Hendy for Lamb right now is good enough. And then when Lamb comes back, you're at a small disadvantage potentially. Maybe Hendy's playing that well, and London's hopefully on his horse by that point. Have Buka, Garrett Wilson, Ladd on the roster. Pull the trigger. Chat, can we vote on this? Would you rather have Hendy and London over Lamb? Please vote in the chat for Will, so Will can get his team right. And did we have any other additional super chats that were $20 haulers? I don't think we did. So let's start smashing out these supers. Bowers and London for Nico. Give me Bowers and London in a vacuum. St. Brown for Bowers and Scat or Benson. I'd take Bowers and Benson for St. Brown. Yes. So these are all the trades I was talking about. Chase Brown. Thank you, Bush. Appreciate you. Trade Hendy, Nico, and Chase. What is this? Is this why you said Chase Brown? Okay. Trade Hendy, Nico for Chase. Thank you for clarifying that because I wouldn't have known that. For Chase Brown, Ladd, and J-Mo. Hendy and Nico. Give me Hendy and Nico for Chase Brown, Ladd, and J-Mo. If that was Jamar Chase, it'd be different. So good clarification. Good catch on your part. Choose one, my Hunter or Tootin for Scattaboo. First of all, trade Travis Hunter. Keep Tootin, and yes. Should I trade McBride or DJ Moore for Bowers? If you like winning, you trade DJ Moore and... I'm sorry, I thought it was or. McBride and DJ Moore. I'm going to keep McBride. I think McBride can outplay Bowers. That's my cautious take on Bowers. Is like, I'm expecting more, but I'm really liking McBride. What's JCM's potential dynasty value worth? If you can get a first rounder, I would exchange it right now for a first rounder just because I don't trust Washington. It's not that I don't like him, but he still could very much work out. What do you think of Breece Hall trade rumors? I mean, bro, there's no substantial person reporting it. These are a bunch of Twitter rumor mill pages, bro. Like, they don't have any connections whatsoever. But do I think it's possible? Sure. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. But these people that report this stuff it's not coming from a Schefter or a Rappaport. No one's feeding these Instagram faceless pages that got big on Twitter, got big on Instagram, but they have no substantial credibility. But it's certainly in the realm of possibility. That's why they're taking probable players that are the most likely to get traded and pretend they have sources so that they can call it first. See, we knew this was coming. They didn't know nothing, bro. They didn't know no one's talking to nobody. No, there's no Twitter, faceless Twitter page just getting a phone call or a DM from somebody. I got some inside information. You don't have nothing. Who wins? Henry London for Nico Chuba. Henry London, but it's so close, bro. London, it all hinges on London. Nico Chuba's safer. I'll go Nico Chuba if you want safety. Henry London if you want higher risk, higher reward. Chat, can you vote on this one? Henry London or Nico Chuba? Please vote on that one, please. Jacoby Myers or MHJ? Jacoby's safer. I'd rather have MHJ, I suppose, in a long-term thought process, but not short-term. My tight ends, Fannin, trade Hampton for Bowers and Warren. I would rather have Hampton. I'd rather have Hampton. It's close. It's arguable, but $10 holler from Yaz. Who would you target by packaging Chase Brown and MHJ or Olave? Going after Hampton. I'm going after Judkins. I'm going after Neighbors. I'm going after JJ. I'm going after St. Brown, obviously. Running backs with that package, it was MHJ, Chase Brown. Going after Henry, going after JT, going after Achan, going after Kyron, going after Bucky specifically, going after Barkley. I'd go after Genty and something. Thank you, my boy. Appreciate you. Justin, appreciate you, kind sir. 12-team PPR, 2 flex, Jaden, Caleb, JT, Monty, Walker, Sharps, Judkins, Puka, Evans, Hunter. Okay, so this is pretty easy, bro. First of all, sell Caleb if it's 1 QB, and I think it is. Sell Caleb to a QB needy team that could help spice this up. But JT, you're keeping Monty and Caleb for one slightly better running back, Benson, Hampton, Hendy. Walker, Sharps for Hampton or Judkins, and you get something back even if you throw Caleb in or throw Monty in. You got Judkins already, but you get the deal. Hampton, Hendy, Judkins and JT are your starters. Monty, Walker, Sharps are expendable, and I'm probably mostly trying to use Walker and Sharps if I can, with Monty, with Caleb, with Evans maybe, to go get a JJ, to go get a St. Brown, to go get a potential see what wide receivers. I mean, honestly, I would look to get London on the cheap, but I don't know that I'd give up everything. Monty and Caleb for London, Monty and Caleb for Adams, Monty for Ladd, Caleb for Ladd. Those are all solid moves for that team specifically. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Ben with a super chat. Ben to the moon. 0-3, trade away London and CD for Rome, BTJ, and Quentin Johnston. No, not enough, bro. London could be as good as Rome going forward. I'm not saying you bank on that right now. I think most people take Rome. But CD Lamb, you're getting him back at some point. I don't think I could be on board that trade. But I don't hate the idea, a concept, if you just move some other players around or get a different player. Got offered an Amon-Ra trade here. He offered Neighbors and Benson. Got offered for Amon-Ra, Neighbors and Benson? Well, yeah, bro. I mean, Neighbors and Amon-Ra are the same value practically. And Benson? Yeah, bro. I have Hampton. Doesn't matter what you have. I don't care what you have. I'm not reading what you have. Go do it now. Get back. Team PPR, 12-man half 1-2 Q. What's this mean? 1-2. I don't know what that means. Half PPR. Is that what you're trying to say? 1-2 QBs. JD5. Bo Nix. Running backs are Genty, Hendy, Harvey. Hunter, Jamar Chase, London. Zach who? Zach Ertz? Zach Charbonnet? I assume it's Ertz because it's in the tight end category, but it could be like another player, bench player. I don't know. You'll trade Jamar for Bucky? I'd take Bucky. Straight up. Absolutely. BKS, appreciate you. Did I do good in this trade? Let go of Barkley and Ridley for Sun God and Judkins. I don't think you did good, bro. You did great.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Andre Vaughn dropping 10.
You've just been Smitty approved.
10 gifted memberships for Andre.
Mashed potatoes!
Andre, appreciate you, bro. Guys, please thank Andre if you got a gifted membership. Fantastic trade, my boy. Fantastic trade. 10-team PPR, flex 1, send ETN, Caleb Williams, and Kelsey plus DJ Moore for Henderson, Ertz, McLaurin, or Jacoby. Send ETN, Caleb Williams, and Kelsey plus DJ Moore for Henderson, Ertz, McLaurin, or Jacoby. You probably want Jacoby, and honestly, it's a pretty close... no, I'd take Henderson. Henderson. I need a clear roster spot. Yeah, Henderson. Henderson to the moon, bro. It's going to be so good if all goes well. They got to feed him, though. I mean, we think they're going to. They could screw it up. I mean, of course, but I don't think they will. Traded JJ and Pollard for Bucky and Zay. I like that move. Zay's really underrated right now, coming off a bad game. Need a running back bad. Based on the team, do you approve the trade? Absolutely, bro. I don't even care. I mean, it doesn't matter if the trade makes sense regardless. It easily makes sense without even looking at the squad. 10-team full PPR, Superflex, Allen, Browning, Burrow. Okay. So Allen and Browning for now. It could be worse. Running backs are Hampton, J.K. Dobbins, Hendy, Harvey, Ollie, Gordon. Nice. So you got Hampton and Hendy in there now. D.K. Pickens, Evans, Hunter, A.O. Manor, Burden, Bowers. Okay. Man, I don't think you can move anything yet. So you're kind of stuck here. Let's let these guys rebound. Let's let Bowers do some damage. Maybe Hunter goes off or something. You have some trade value. Maybe A.M. Minor keeps doing it. You can trade him. Maybe J.K. Dobbins goes crazy and you just want to divide this, crew up because you don't believe that J.K. Dobbins will. We got to wait. DK needs a touchdown and 100 yards, something like that. There's not much to move here. You did any moving with this squad, you'd end up just hurting yourself. Start 2 PPR. Matthew Golden. Thanks for the super chat. Matthew Golden, Tyquan Thornton. And come to me if you have an offer you want me to look at it, though. Waddle, Lamb, Hurts, currently 3-0. Start 2. Give me DJ Moore. And probably Thornton. You know what? Golden. This week, all Packers, bro. I go Golden and DJ Moore. You want to go Thornton over DJ Moore? I understand that. Have Kyron, Judkins, Benson, Hendy, Sharps at running back, wide receivers are Nico, London, Rice. QBs May and Love. Do I make a move, Josh Allen, or stand down? Feels bad having Hendy on the bench. Yeah. It feels bad, but remember that it can feel bad for 1 week and then you have the world. If it ends up being where he's amazing and you still feel bad he's on the bench because he's awesome, then you have trade value next week. It doesn't go away. It only increases. His trade value increases. So I'd probably tell you that with all these players minus Kyron, and you could trade Kyron for Josh Allen, I would probably say let May ball. May is a number 7 QB in fantasy. Let May ball. Let this team go out there and do its thing. And then I think we assess the quarterback situation next week. Now, if you could trade for Josh Allen now, and you could give up, let's say, Hendy now, I probably would do it. That's a big scoring piece. Week in and week out, you get massive points. And even if Hendy becomes a top 9 running back, Josh Allen's still earning his keep. So if you could do that, sure. But that's the only thing I'm doing. I don't think I'm getting crazy with Nico. If you could upgrade London somehow in another deal, I'm trying to think if you could. I'd be interested in that. But I'm also interested in holding him. Maybe the Charbonnet owner has a quarterback and you can send him Charbonnet upgrade the quarterbacks and not touch anything and still keep Hendy. Or maybe you send Hendy to that owner with Charbonnet. They got just Walker, let's say. I don't know their team. And then you do some sort of Josh Allen deal there. But that's probably the only way I would look at it right now. Murph, appreciate you. Murph, hope all is well, Murph. Murph says QB Allen Dimes. How's everything going, Murph? Allen Dimes, Judkins, Hendy, Harvey, Sharbs, Golden, Lamb, Neighbors, Rice, A.O. Manor, Hunter, Fannin, likely any moves. Running backs are coming in strong this week, bro. Neighbors, Rice. At 1 and 2, you could maybe afford to wait on the Rice and Lamb experiment, but I'm very okay going and using Lamb, getting JJ, and throwing in. Go to the Walker owner. I may have already advised this, but go to the Walker owner, see what wide receiver they have. Can Lamb be upgraded on that team? If so, Lamb and Sharbs for that upgraded wide receiver. If not, I'm still interested in trading Lamb, not Neighbors. Probably not Rice unless somebody gives you Garrett Wilson straight up, or maybe you go get London and another piece for Lamb. But that's risky. If it's me, I'll be honest, bro. A.O. Manor is damn good. I don't know if you have to start 3 wide receivers and you just didn't list it. If you only have to start 2, I'm just going to go with A.O. Manor and Neighbors. Let it ride. Wait for Lamb. Wait for Rice and dominate everybody in the stretch, down the stretch. Judkins and Hendy doing work. Allen, QB, Dimes. I like the team. I'm going to say stand down, my boy.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Except for the Walker maneuver. Terry and ETN for Harvey and Rice. If you have like a 2-win record or 3, yeah, I could. But if not, it's going to be hard to get points out of that, bro, for a while. Traded HN for BTJ and Hendy. Think you could have got more. I think BTJ's that free right now. I'm not saying it won't work out, but I just think you could have got more. It's like buying a house for $400,000 when it's worth $375. You overpaid, but it's gonna be worth $600, so you're fine. HN Lamb for Henry Sutton. I would go. Oh, man. Evans is out as well, guys. If Evans was out and you have Lamb, would you trade HN and Lamb for Henry and Sutton? Can I get a vote on that one? I don't know if the chat's going to agree. Guys, we just hit 36,500 subscribers. We have 832 total people in here, 670 from YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. We just hit 36,500 even right now. Thank you for whoever made that happen and subscribed. 2 of you did at the same time. It went boom, boom. Appreciate you very much. HN Lamb, easy. No. Smitty, do it live. Thank you, James. Yeah. HN Lamb, there you go. Keep HN Lamb, bro. I agree with the chat. Chat's correct. Chat's being not only safe, but it's smart. Gibbs plus Worthy for Judkins and Igbuka and James Cook. Bro, I love Gibbs and all. And Worthy still has upside, but Judkins, Buka, and Cook crushes the other side. You got to take it. I know it feels uncomfortable to trade Jahmyr Gibbs, but do it live. Thank you very much. Trade Jamar Chase and Laporta for Bowers and Adunze. I would take Bowers and Adunze and run, given the injuries and everything going on, bro. You got to do that. Trade Buka for Chase Brown. I'd rather have Buka. You're not buying Chase Brown low, bro. Should I trade Tyler Warren and Joe Burrow for Brock Bowers and Bo Nix? I assume this is redraft because you didn't say. I'm taking Brock Bowers and Bo Nix. Joe Burrow might not come back. That is the easiest trade question I've been asked all day. My boy. K9 for Judkins. Easy. Judkins all day. Love K9, but you seem all in on Q. I mean, yeah, bro. It's an easy call. Got offered Tyreek Hill and Judkins for my Nico. I don't like Tyreek Hill, so I'm going to say no. I want a different player. See what else he can throw in. I don't want Tyreek Hill. Unless you could set up at the same time a simultaneously, executed trade. Tyreek Hill for, a D. Willie Adams, something like that, then I might do it. Question was on the trade. says Justin. Justin, I don't know what that means. You got to put the question in every super chat. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm nowhere near even being able to comprehend what you're even talking about. If there's another super chat out there, I don't have it in front of me anymore. Everything's got to be self-contained in the question, man. I'll try and look for it in a minute, but if Benson keeps the running back 1 spot in AZ, what do you predict his new redraft ADP is this year? If we were drafting over again, next year. 15 overall, 18 overall, 20 overall, somewhere in that range. It's hard to say. There's so many great players, bro. But I would say second round. Bo Nix and one of the following: Ibuka, BTJ, JSN, Garrett Wilson to upgrade at QB. One of Bo Nix and one of the following: Buka, no. BTJ, JSN, Garrett Wilson. Like, why are we putting Buka in here? Why are we putting JSN in here? You know, BTJ's the lowest player on this, so BTJ for sure. Bo Nix and BTJ. Now, I guess you could get more if you did do a more complicated trade, but BTJ and Bo Nix, what could that get you? Mahomes? Maybe. Would I trade JSN, Garrett Wilson, or Buka with Bo Nix? No, probably wouldn't. I'd probably just keep Bo Nix. But, yeah, I definitely trade BTJ, upgrade a little bit. No doubt about it, if that works. If someone will take BTJ, you might have to wait a week. If BTJ has a big game, you'll be able to trade him. What's up, bro? Henry, Bucky, Genty, Mason, Judkins, start 3. Henry, Bucky, Judkins. Make trades. Make trades. You got too much talent there, my boy. Too much talent. 2-1 traded Tet and Pollard for Rice. Home run. I think. My team is now Fields, Mason, Benson. Now, it's Wednesday. A lot of players sit, but we do have a little bit of a concern with Tet McMillan right now with the, the calf. So we'll just have to monitor that. But home run on the trade, bro. Home run on the trade. Fantastic job. In trouble, PPR. And that Tet McMillan advice was for everybody. That's Tet McMillan. Caleb Williams, running back, Saquon, Bucky, Monty, Brees, Evans, Ricky, Debo, Terry, Worthy, Rice, McBride, waivers, Harvey. Pick up Harvey. Don't leave him out. Scatman's out there. What are you doing, bro? Why even here? Go pick him up. What are you doing? Go pick him up. Come back. God, it's 8-man league, man. It's an 8-man league. First of all, Drake May over Caleb. I would make that swap. Personally, do what you want. Scattaboo. Ugh. You know, no IR spots for Evans. No IR spot for Worthy that you've been sitting on. Drop your kicker, pick up Scat now, and then make potentially a trade. Now, I'd trade Monty and Evans or Monty and Pretty Ricky or Monty and Scary Terry, Monty and Worthy. Worthy coming back, you could probably do that to, I'd trade that to get Mahomes so I could cuff Mahomes and Rice together on a weekly basis. Or you're trying to just upgrade into a Garrett Wilson, upgrade into honestly, I'd give Monty, if you can start 3 running backs, well, you could go Brees. Ricky and Brees for Achan. JT. Ricky and Brees for Judkins and a wide receiver. Like Ricky Parasol and Brees for like Judkins, and let's say they had a lad. Something like that. Austin, appreciate you. Cody, thank you for the super chat. Cody. Team is hurting 1 and 2. Would you trade trade ideas with Terry? Running backs are Chase Brown, Mason, Hendy, Stevenson, Bill. Terry and Mason for Hampton. Terry and Mason for Judkins and something, or just straight up even if you wanted to. I like Mason a lot, but I like Judkins and Hampton more. Maybe you can get Hendy. Oh, you got Hendy. Mason and let me get Chase Brown. Terry and Chase Brown for Achan. For JT. Probably not going to get that, but Barkley for Henry. I'd take Henry. Chase Brown and Scary Terry for Henry or Barkley or Bucky. Cody. Those are doable. All those players are not at their peak value right now. 1 and 2, 10 team, 1 QB. Mason, Genty, Benson, Chase Brown. You got a lot of value here. DC and Buka, Pickens, London, Ladd, Rice. I like your team a lot. I'm trying to get like Josh Allen. Josh Allen off of a week that maybe somebody's willing to trade him. Josh Allen for Dak or dimes for Josh Allen, and then you're giving up Chase Brown or you're giving up London. I would do that. I think a quarterback would be the best maneuver for that team. Do that live. You know, consolidating it all wouldn't be a bad idea. A guy who has Rice is a pain. I'm 3-0, 10-man, JD5, Ibuka, Debo, Bijan, Bucky, Bowers. Like the team? Mahomes. Man, how do you have Mahomes in JD5? Go to the QB needy teams, man, and try and figure out a way to maneuver out of one of the two QBs. And honestly, I'd trade whatever one gets me more. The players, you got amazing squad. So you're trying to upgrade McConkey a little bit, or you're trying to get potentially, you don't have a flex spot or what? Why is Hendy not in your flex spot? Put Hendy in the McConkey spot. What are we doing? Do it live. Honestly, I'm fine sitting on this team. You could trade for Rice, but you don't need to. Your team is great. Your team's fantastic. And honestly, there's not the right depth to even really make a move. I love everything you have, bro. I think I just sit on the squad. I get Hendy into that flex spot. I have Ladd McConkey there as a safety blanket. I'm going to say stand down on the squad. I like it a lot. I don't even want you moving anything. I'd miss it. I'd miss the player you sent away. 14-man redraft, JD5, Genty, Hendy, Ray Davis. Fannin 0-3, trade BTJ for what? I don't know that you're going to get a ton. I guess I'm trying to get, you got Genty, Hendy, you got BTJ. So you need a wide receiver. So you're going after Garrett Wilson. You're going after Devontae Adams. You're going after probably not getting a JSN or anything. London's potentially somebody you take a risk on, man. With this squad, you say BTJ for London. You know, what do you give up? Worthy. I guess you throw Worthy in. You throw Hunter in. You throw Fannin in. You throw Trey Tucker in. Go to the Achane owner. See if they want Gordon. See if you can get Achane using Genty and Worthy. Genty and Worthy for one running back upgrade. Achane would be great because you got Gordon. Andre with the super chat. Andre, appreciate you and the gift of membership. 660 people in here. Only 104 thumbs up. Probably more than that, right? 131. You might have to refresh it. But guys, 800 total people in here. Nearly 650 from YouTube. And we only have 132 YouTube thumbs up. Please hit that number. Support your boy Smitty, the hardest working dude in the fantasy industry. Hit that thumb up button. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate all your support all the time. You're such a monster, bro. Andre to the motherfucking moon. Andre's a beast. Trade my London for Hampton. I'd take Hampton in a heartbeat. Then flip Chase Brown and MHJ for Neighbors and BTJ. First of all, that's like teasing me. You want a $100 bill or a $10 bill? So the answer is, I probably would flip MHJ for BTJ, which I don't think they do. I'm not giving Chase Brown and MHJ up for BTJ. I'm just not doing that. But I would definitely do it for Neighbors and do both those trades, though. That would be unbelievable for your squad, my boy. Genty, Chase Brown, Brees, Devontae Smith, Henderson, start 4. Chase Brown, Henderson, Brees, Genty. Sorry, Devontae Smith. I don't trust your passing attack. I don't trust your quarterback. I don't trust consistency there, but anything can happen. Trust your gut. 12-man league, Tyreek, 4 Bowers. Yes. Doesn't even matter what your team. I don't even need to look. I don't want it to influence me. Do it live. 3-0. Hurts, Bijan, Cook, Warren, JCM, AJ Brown, Flowers. Should I make any changes? Worried about Flowers. Why? One game? The guy was literally the most targeted player through 2 weeks. He has one bad game you're worried about. Why would you be worried about him? Everybody has bad games. You can't be the number one wide receiver in the league all season long. I wouldn't be worried about him. I'd be worried about AJ Brown more than I'm worried about Flowers. This is what the what have you done for me lately effect is, where AJ Brown struggles for 2 straight weeks, has one good game, and Flowers is great for 2 games, has one bad game, and you like AJ Brown and what he's doing because it's the last thing he did something for you, and Flowers isn't doing nothing for you lately. So I'm not saying I would trade AJ Brown. I would trade A.J. Brown, Warren and A.J. Brown for one safer wide receiver. I would trade, honestly, I'd trade A.J. Brown for London. Now, that might backfire on me. It certainly could. It certainly could. I don't know. I don't know. Someone tell Rob about his super chat. Rob, relax. I'm going there. I will probably say, yeah, I'm getting rid of A.J. Brown as fast as I can. I don't trust that offense. Bijan Cook is fantastic. Hurts still scores no matter what. If he doesn't throw, which is going to be shaky, he's going to run. But I wouldn't mind selling Hurts for Mahomes and a piece. If I could turn JCM or Jalen Warren or A.J. Brown or Flowers into a better wide receiver by downgrading Hurts into Mahomes, I'd do that. That's probably where I'd take that team, bro. Rob, who was ironically next, don't have backup tight end, but should I trade my Tyler Warren for Judkins? Absolutely. I love Tyler Warren, but Judkins I'm drafting. Doesn't even matter what you have because the value's too great to pass on. So you're taking that trade, Judkins, to the moon. JSN and Judkins for Lamb and Harvey and Hendy. I'm 2-1. JSN and Judkins for Lamb, Harvey, and Hendy. No. I'd rather have JSN than Lamb straight up right now because he's playing. And Judkins over Hendy, I mean, they're close enough that nothing changes there. No. I love Harvey, but you could get him cheaper. 12-man standard, trade Chase Brown, Olave, Rashad White for Judkins and Mike Evans. Give me Judkins and Mike Evans, even though, yeah, it just is what it is. Mike Evans, owner, also a CD. James Cook, Harvey, Debo. I mean, have him give you Debo, or honestly, I'd rather have Harvey than Mike Evans. Just because Mike Evans is going to miss 3 or 4 games. Who knows what he's like when he comes back? You know, and Harvey could be a league winner. You could regret it, but I'd probably take the gamble. Guys, would we rather have Harvey or Mike Evans? And maybe he wants to give you more with Harvey. Trade a Superflex, trade Nico Benson, Hendy for Gibbs, MHJ, JCM. Nico Benson, Hendy by a country mile. It's not even close. It's tough trading Gibbs. It is what it is. Kyler, Sharps, Benson, Gibbs, Garrett Wilson, London, Bowers. Any trades? Probably not. I like the squad other than the quarterback situation, which might be hard to trade out of unless you can give Worthy straight up to upgrade Kyler slightly. I don't think I want to move anything else that you have. That's all great players. I'd miss them all if you trade them away, bro. Let's not do it. Not trade them away. Buka, appreciate you dropping this super chat here. My guy, the $10 hauler. My boy. We got Harvey, no clue. Evans, never been a fan of Evans. Looks like Harvey might be a tie. I don't know. Not many people voted. Shameful. Knicks, Puka Neighbors is crazy. DK, Godwin. Trade Godwin if you can get anything. Rice coming back, bro. I think DK is expendable if we need anything. HN, Kyron, fantastic. How about DK and Warren? DK and Sharps to the Walker owner, but DK and Jalen Warren. Guy for something. Guy is 0-3. Team is depleted, willing to give up Lamar. He likes DK. There you go. He has Adams, Higgins. Okay, let's give up DK. I mean, can you give Jalen Warren? DK and Jalen Warren? Try that. Give him Sharps. Give him Hunter. Give him Godwin. Give him Knicks and Jalen Warren. I'd honestly even give him DK and Tyler Warren for Lamar and something, depending on what he could give back. You know? Yeah. Like if he did a DK Adams swap and then you gave him Tyler Warren for Lamar with Bo Nix, like something like that. I don't know. That seems like it could work. Jerry, appreciate Jerry dropping the 10 watt on screen. Jerry, thank you, my boy. 12-team Superflex, Grandma, Lamar, Baker. Okay. Bijan, Kyron, Mason, Scat, RJ Harvey, Judkins, woof, Jamar, JJ, Hunter Andrews Warren. I have no first till 2029. I imagine that's moves to make. I don't know, bro. This is a great squad. Like, I don't love Devontae Smith, Juwan Jennings. Olave's got value now. He may never get that back. Mark Andrews has value. He may never return on. Like, so Scat or maybe Kyron because he's older. Getting older, the carries are adding up. I'm probably trading in a Dynasty league. I'm probably trading Kyron and Devontae Smith for one player. Hampton, Hendy, Benson. Wide receivers that make sense. Like, I'd go get London, bro. Rice. Go get Rushy Rice. I'd rather have Rice than maybe Kyron. And if you got to throw in something like Andrews, I'd do that. BT would be interesting in Dynasty, bro, using Kyron or something. If you could keep Kyron, I would. So, like, Devontae Smith, Olave, and Andrews for, like, BT. Try that first. I mean, of course, try and give up as little as you can and then work your way into it. BTJ, Hall, Kincaid for DK, Judkins, McBride. My running backs are weak. BTJ, Hall, Kincaid for DK, Judkins, McBride. It's a home run, bro. Like, number one, let me just put it this way. Judkins over Hall by a lot. McBride over Kincaid by a lot. And DK Metcalf probably over BTJ right now. So you're literally winning every side of this trade. It's a home run. It's a lambasting. It's a friendship ender. He might not be friends with you after. You might end the friendship. Might never talk to you again. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't talk to you again. In fact, I'm not going to talk to you again if you do this deal. Just because I feel so bad for him. Hey, Smitty, you doing this trade? Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Pearsall for JSN Scatman. Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson. Yeah. It's tough, though, because I love Garrett Wilson. I still believe in Chase Brown, but Scatman and JSN's probably just better. Because Garrett Wilson, there's still concerns. JSN, there's none. You know? But it's good. 3-0, Lamar, Love, Buka, Pickens, MHJ, Hunter, Keenan Allen, Gibbs, Bucky, ETN, Harvey, Tootin. Should I make any moves? Lamar. Love Buka. Pickens is going to ball. MHJ, let's get rid of MHJ. Keenan Allen, I get rid of if I can. Bucky, Gibbs, no, don't trade him. So ETN, keep Tootin, keep Harvey. ETN and Allen. ETN, yeah, let's try ETN and MHJ or ETN and Keenan Allen. Or all three for one player. Honestly, Keenan Allen and MHJ for London I would do, just on the chance that he rebounds. Keenan Allen for BTJ, MHJ for BTJ. If I'm doing ETN and one of those guys, I'm going after Hampton, I'm going after Henry, I'm going after Barkley. Keenan Allen and ETN may or may not get you those players, but you try. Achan, you try. And if not, it's like Judkins and Hampton and Hendy are all, in my opinion, worthy of an ETN and Keenan Allen and probably ETN and MHJ. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Team is 85, Genti, Chubb, Puka is a. Do I make any moves? Quentin Johnson, I sell high. McLaurin, you know I want to get rid of him. So maybe one of those guys are both with Genti to get into an Achan Judkins. Genti for Judkins straight up. Hampton straight up, obviously. And if you have to throw in one of them like Quentin Johnson, I do that. I'd probably make that trade. Austin with a $20 hauler. Freddie with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you boys doing it live. Thank you very much for dropping these super chats here. Let me see if I can get Joey. Thank you for your super chat. Freddie, thank you. And then this one from Out the House. Appreciate you dropping the super chat wads. This first $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
First super chat hauler. Traded Hampton and Ricky for CD and Tootin. Still have Gibbs, Jacobs, Benson. I don't know. I mean, I think it could be okay, but I'd rather have Hampton and Ricky right now over CD and Tootin just because CD's out for 3-4 weeks. But I don't think it's a horrible trade. Like, if you survive it once he's back, you're good. You know? So it won't matter. As long as you make the playoffs, none of it matters, right? That's the way you got to kind of look at it. Like, if you make the playoffs either way, let's say I promised you and I can't. Well, let's say the trade fairy could promise you that you will make the playoffs no matter what, no matter which side you're on. Then, yeah, I mean, it could be okay. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, you know, maybe your team that has Lamb will be better than the team that doesn't have Lamb. As long as you make the playoffs, it'll be okay. $20 hauler from Austin. Appreciate the input last super chat. Problem is limited bench spots. Bench has Terry, Monty, Brees, Mason, Flex, Evans, Rice, Worthy, IR now. Have to drop someone. Want to get Scat, Harvey, Pittman, Higgins or Waddle, Cup on waivers. Scat is the only one that I'm like needing to race to go get. I mean, with this team right here, I don't know. First of all, Worthy might come off IR, so he might be in a real jam. Oh, or maybe that's why you're doing this. I don't know, bro. There's no one to drop here. Your worst player is Mike Evans because he won't be playing. So I don't think you can't drop. You've got to make a trade or drop a kicker. And if you can't do that, then you got to make a trade. You know, Monty is pretty tradable right now. Monty and Evans do it for like Lad McConkey. You know, do it for BTJ and open up that spot. Past that, like, you're cutting Mike Evans probably of the players you're listing right here. So I don't like that idea of cutting Mike Evans. I really don't. In this league, it's like one of those things you almost have to. How much faith do you have left in Genty? Go watch my Genty video. The one with Genty on the image from last night or whatever. Joey, that should ease your mind a little bit. There's a lot of upside in Genty still. Go watch that video. Actually, go watch the video from this morning. The 12 running backs you must go get before the risers. Go watch that video in the Genty part. I think you'll like it. I still have a lot of faith in Genty. They got to make a change, and Genty having like almost every single yard he has is yards after contact. It's crazy. It's madness, bro. It's straight up madness, and the fact that people hate this guy so much is so wild, bro. It's absolute lunacy. You know. Sorry, man, to tease you and pull this message. I'll answer it since I pulled it on screen. Ridley start 3. Tet, BTJ. And probably, I think money is Monty, right? Probably Monty. But I don't know. Close one, bro. Why can't my screen is like frozen? Oops. Hold on a second, guys. My screen is totally frozen. There we go. Lewis, appreciate your super chat. Lewis to the moon. Dave, appreciate your super chat to the moon, pal. Okay, Dave, Hertz, May, London, Myers. Any moves to make? MHJ and Kamara for one better player. Swift and Kamara. Swift and MHJ for one better player. You're going after Nico, St. Brown, Nakua, Neighbors. Running backs that I go after using MHJ and Kamara would be Hampton and Judkins, trying to get something else in addition if I could. Again, Joey, go watch that Genty video. It's the 12 players. Watch it tonight. It'll give you a lot of my opinion on Genty. Start Browning with Jamar Chase this week or May. May's QB7. So I don't worry about stacking. Stop worrying about stacking. It's hedging sometimes better. 3-0. Knicks, Bijan, Bucky, Smith and Jigba, Buka. Debo, Adams, Benson, Harvey, Garendo, Ollie. Bucky plus Debo for Henry and McConkey. It's arguable because of how good I think McConkey could be, but I'm taking Bucky, Debo. Any other moves? I probably would try and move. Honestly, no. I like your team a lot. I like all these players. I'm trying to upgrade Knicks if I can, but you know, someone loves Daniel Jones and they have Mahomes and you can give them. I don't know though. Like, let's say Adams for a player that you liked better that they had, and you guys both just seem to like the swap. I mean, there's nothing else I can really think of. I don't want to trade any of those players, so I'm gonna risk it with that quarterback situation for right now, just because I like those players so much, bro. Penix or Dart rest of season. For right now, Penix until Dart proves himself. They're not giving up on Penix yet, and Penix we know has talent. It's just been a really bad, like, he's been bad. The team's been bad, but I blame the play calling. I blame a lot of it. 3-0. Knicks, Bijan. Already answered this one. Thank you for the super chat. Trevor with this one. Ladd, McBride, Golden. Need some advice what to do. Just wait it out. I mean, honestly, with this squad, I like everything you kind of have going on here, bro. And if I'm moving anything, you'd have to move Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase, London, you're not going to get what you want out of London unless you package London and Chuba together for a Henry or a Barkley, and Genty for Judkins straight up, or Genty for Hampton straight up, or you get something in addition to it. Genty for, I mean, you could even trade Genty for a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson, go cross position. And if you trade Chuba and, let's say, Ladd or Chuba and London for a Henry or Barkley, then you can afford to go get a wide receiver. $10 hauler here. Appreciate you. 0-3. What do I do? Saquon. You can't still Saquon hide. Swift. I sell Swift and AJ Brown together for one better player. Achan. JJ. You might get JJ right now. JJ's very cheap. People make fun of my JJ takes. They're like Smitty, JJ's trash. He's never going to be like, then I know we can trade for him. I think Kraft is also a good player to trade right now. Kraft with Swift. Kraft with AJ Brown to get that wide receiver upgrade. I'd definitely attack JJ. I'd attack Nico, even though it's going to be hard to get Nico. I'd attack St. Brown. He didn't explode. He was good, but he didn't explode. Maybe someone trades him. Need a wide receiver upgrade. Love the team for the most part. Lamar, fantastic. Superflex. Stafford's still pretty good. DK, Devontae Smith, T. Higgins. I'm trading Devontae Smith and T. Higgins. I'd take a gamble on BTJ over either one of those. And quite honestly, you'd trade both of them for BTJ and something small. Maybe they're ready to give up on Harvey. You'd take Harvey, something like that. Other than that, I think I'm probably exploring moving CMC for two players. And it would be, you'd have to first start off with the anchor of the trade, go to the Hampton owner, go to the Judkins owner, go to the Hendy owner, go to the Achan owner, go to the Henry owner, go to the Barkley owner, and see what wide receiver you can get thrown in. And it's got to be 2 pots of gold. Otherwise, you're not doing it. Smitty, love the show. 12-man, 0-3. Burrow, any advice? Thank you. Appreciate you surfing. I'd say I'm not moving Gibbs or Hampton. London Pickens are nice. Rice coming back. I know you can't wait on that, so you're probably moving. Go to the ETN owner. Try and move Tootin Rice for one wide receiver. Try and move. Damn, man. This is tough. Rice, you just got to maybe look to trade. If you can't trade him, don't trade him low, but you're looking for Garrett Wilson. You're looking for BTJ and Benson. You're trying to catch someone sleeping, bro, on Benson, one of these running backs here. Not, you obviously can't get every one of these guys like Bucky, but you try Bucky on a trade. But Genty, Hendy, Judkins, Benson, Scatterbo, Mason, and you're trying to get one of those players. You know, and something for Rice. I think Rice is your meal ticket. He's 3 games away from coming back now. You wait one more week, though, you'll probably be able to get rid of him a little easier, but you want to make sure you're asking for more in return, though. Just wanted to say I'm sorry for auto-drafting last night. Oh, Lewis, Long day at work and my power nap was longer than I thought. Good look to all of you. Hey, man, send me some offers. I sent you one. I don't know if it was one that you're interested in, but I sent you one, Lewis. Go check out your trade offers, and don't have to apologize, bro. It's fine. Things happen. We're just glad that you're a part of it. And, thank you, pal. Whichever receiver should I get off waivers? Franklin, probably. I like Frank. Oh, Judy. I don't know. You guys like Judy or Franklin? Judy or Franklin? Mooney, Judy, or Franklin. Start Andrews or Henry for tight end. I'd probably go, I guess, Andrews off of the big game, but I don't know, man. I'd trade one of them. They're both doing pretty well. So you trade one of them to upgrade a wide receiver slot slightly. Start A.O. Manor, Benson, or Hollywood Brown. Why would you consider anybody but Benson right now, my boy? You got to roll Benson out there. Come on. Give Benson his respect. His respect, baby. Buddy lost Lamb. His wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, Diggs. I want Josh Allen. Willing to trade Daniel Jones. Of course you are. Sutton or Daniel Jones, Igbuka. I mean, I'd rather keep Igbuka, but you almost got to consider this. But at the same time, like, if you're drafting over today, is Igbuka going before Josh Allen in a 1 QB? Maybe. So, I don't know. So give Sutton. Tell him no Igbuka. Tell him Sutton. Sutton just blew up. Daniel Jones and Sutton for Josh Allen. Give him something else. Give him all your fab if you can trade that. But add something, and I would try not to do Igbuka. Trade was accepted. I sent Chase Brown, Olave, Rashad White for Achane, Braylon Allen, Hurts. Or is it just Achane? Great job, bro. Great job. Like the team. Now I'm just sitting on it. Unless I could somehow, and I don't think I can, like Hurts for Mahomes, and you're upgrading Brees into, Henry or something like that. Nice job, bro. Nice trade. Beautiful job. Masterful job. But yeah, anybody that has Andrews, look to trade him. Anybody that has Hunter Henry, I mean, I'd like to trade him. Especially if you have 2 tight ends right now, look to trade one of them. There are people that need a tight end. If you've got Caleb Williams, look to trade him off of a Dallas Cowboy defense. Like Caleb Williams, look, I could have walked out there with my left hand and thrown everything that Caleb did. Caleb had wide open wide receivers. One defender fell down. It was horrible coverage. The other one, what was it? Was it DJ Moore or was it Burden in the end zone? Wide open in the end zone, just completely wide open. Caleb was not masterful in that game. That's why Love's going to have 17 touchdowns on Sunday. Pollard droppable? Probably not. You just want to couple them with something and trade them away. Trade away ETN and Algier for Genty today. I don't blame you on that. That's not bad. It's a gamble either way. It's a gamble that ETN keeps the job. It's a gamble that Genty rebounds it all. Charbonnet returns to practice. It was full participant twice. Well, he wasn't, though, Casey, today. Today he... I got it here somewhere, but he was downgraded. But I still think that there's upside for him to play, but we'll have to see. You got downgraded to questionable, Casey. You got wrong info, pal. Or at least the latest info. Luther Burden worth picking up. Yes, but depends on what you're potentially talking about. Love the show, Smitty. Thank you, Scream. The show loves you back, pal. Quick phone calls.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We're not going to do a long, full team breakdown of any sort, so make sure you don't start spouting off your team. Traded Walker and Evans for Nico. I'd take Nico in a heartbeat. That's a really good trade. Start one, Wilson, London, or Johnston. Garrett Wilson, easy question. I mean, anything can happen. In regards to Quentin Johnston, anything can happen. 272, you're live as quickly as you can. 10 seconds.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? Hey, so do you think I have Travis Etienne, Chase Brown, I got Hendy and Javonte Williams. Out of those four, who do you think I should trade?
Same again. Hendy, Javonte, Chase Brown, and who?
And Travis Etienne, and I also have Tootin. And
Yeah.
I have I got Tootin.
Javonte. I'm trying to trade Javonte. I mean, if you have both, but I'm trying to trade Etienne, Tootin, and Javonte, or trade Etienne, hold Tootin. Like I kind of think people should trade Walker and hold Charbonnet.
You think Javonte, because of their offensive line being a little banged up and no Lamb, they're not?
I just many reasons. I think he's just at a great sell high point. Defenses that he faces upcoming, how the team's going to potentially be, it's going to be harder to run now. There's just a lot of reasons why. It doesn't mean I hate him. I just think that it's a good
Who
sell
would you
high.
trade him for then? Like,
Garrett Wilson, couple them together with someone else to get Hampton or Judkins or any of those guys. You know, it's not going to always be just a 1-for-1. Sometimes you got to mask a player's, risk by packaging them in a 2-for-1. So,
and then what about Chase Brown? I got Chase Brown. Like, should I be worried? Do you think I should try and
course,
ship him off?
Of course, you should be worried, but I would only trade him if if the price was right. I would trade him, but I'm not sending him off just to send him off. And I don't think anyone's going to buy him for what he's worth. So I don't even think in a 2-for-1 you could mask Chase Brown's downside right now. So you just hold him and wait. You need Browning to go out and have a good game. Chase Brown can do nothing if the game script is awful and Browning doesn't even get the offense moving down the field at all. It's not Chase Brown's fault. Now, if it doesn't return or repair to form, then yeah, he's not going to, Chase Brown's not going to do anything. But you got to bank on that. It's going to be better than what they had. All right, got to roll, bro. Appreciate you. Travis, you're live.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo.
So on one team, I have Henry, Etienne, Hendy, Judkins, Newton, Marks, and Gordon. So I have a ton of running backs. Would you be looking to move off of like Etienne or Henry in that situation? Or?
Not Henry, but Etienne. I just think Etienne is a great sell. Tootin, the fact that Tootin was drafted to be their future, it just makes the most sense, to go with Tootin at some point. It just makes sense. I'm not saying Etienne doesn't hang on all year long. He could. But it's kind of like this is the guy that Tootin's the guy that they're going to bank on for the future. So teams usually start getting that player more involved, and then they try and progress them. So I don't know. I just think that Etienne's a good sell high candidate. And again, like my trade advice to everybody is make a trade that's so good that if you end up being wrong and Etienne's balling out all year, you're still breaking even. You're not living in regret. If you're living in regret, then you took a big gamble on the trade. But yeah, Etienne, and if you couple him with another player, you can mask a lot of the risk.
Would you trade it for Bowers?
Yes, I'd take Bowers. Is Blue droppable? Yeah, for now, it depends on your situation, but if you have Javonte, it's interesting. It depends on who you're cutting. So, it just depends. And then real quick, let me answer these two real quick, Travis. This one here, love the show. Smitty, Fields, Dart, running backs, Bucky, Genty, Judkins, Hendy, wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Debo, Rice, Hunter, Ferguson can drop Dart for Penix. I'm still going with Penix for one more week, but I don't blame anybody for doing that. And especially with Love, you could take the gamble, I guess, on Dart. But I do still think Penix has something to prove. And as far as his team, I'm not really moving anything, to be honest. I like your team the way it is, unless I'm moving Genty straight across because you got such good running backs straight across for a running back or quarterback upgrade. Go get Mahomes, go get Josh Allen, go get something like that. But I'm also potentially using Genty, moving like a Rice or a Debo into an elite JJ status type player. But that's it. Real quick, Travis, let me get to these super chats. They're kind of piling up real quick. Hold on. What's your opinion on A.O. Manor? Love him in Dynasty. Love him in redraft. Lots of upside, Jonathan. not a lock by any means to be any sort of like top 15 wide receiver yet, but I think we're really excited about it. He's the number one for Ward. So the better Ward gets, the better he gets. First time in a sleeper, does Fab money go up every week? In our particular league, no. You've got a certain amount of Fab to blow on the season. If you blow it, then you can do $0 bids on players. And then once players go through the waivers, then they're first come, first serve available for free just to pick up instantly. Thank you. And then DeVar, trade Warren for Pickens. I would trade Jalen Warren. You didn't say which Warren. Jalen Warren for Pickens in a heartbeat. If it's Tyler Warren, probably not. No, I like Pickens a lot, but I'm keeping Tyler Warren. Thank you for the super chat. And then the Cool Bro says, follow up from Bucky Debo for Henry McConkey question. Approach owner his Josh Allen plus Coleman for mine, Nix, Benson, and either Adams, Buka, Debo, or Njigba. So the worst player here is going to be Debo or Adams, but I'm going to say Debo, and I love Debo. Debo, Nix, and Benson for Josh Allen, Coleman. That's a lot, bro. Benson would go in the second round, maybe. I mean, Benson and Josh Allen could go around the same territory, so you're giving up an additional player, and Keon Coleman's nothing right now. So I would say, probably not. I mean, if you have a surplus, I forget your situation. You got to put your whole team. I would say I'd rather have Benson and Debo than Josh Allen. I forget who do you have as quarterback? I think it was Nix. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it. I love Josh Allen though. If you could get that Keon Coleman into a different player like Ladd or something, then I would probably do it. Travis, go ahead.
What is your outlook on Nix right now? Do you think he gets back on track? It hasn't been very good.
Yeah.
I know it's early.
QB 18, 5 touchdowns in 3 games. He's had a lot of INTs.
He's been inaccurate. His biggest problem.
Yeah. But he's had 3 brutal matchups in a row on paper.
Right.
He finally gets Cincy, then Philly. Philly's tough, but it's doable. Doable game. Then he's got the Jets, Giants, Dallas. So 4 of his next 5 games are cakewalks. So I think he has a really good stretch. And then quite honestly, he has a pretty tough KC matchup in week 17, but has a lot of green-lit matchups as well down the stretch. I mean, really only Green Bay. Until that KC week 17. Houston, I suppose. KC twice. And Houston, and then that's it. The rest is greenlit from the Philly game week 5, and then week 6 on, it's Houston, KC, and Green Bay. So I mean, he's got a pretty good schedule. I think he bounces back.
Yeah. All right. And,
I still like him.
Yeah, I do too. I have him in 1 week, so just curious your take. And has there been any chatter or anything about the Browns moving Njoku? Or are they just going to keep Njoku and Fannin, and because Fannin moves around the field so much, they can just leave Njoku?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody would trade for Fannin. You never know. Give up Sutton and Mason for Judkins and Rice. I would take Judkins and Rice, personally. I'd have to play Ayo Manor or Addison at wide receiver 2. That's beautiful. Because Ayo Manor and Rice together will blast Sutton into oblivion. And I like Sutton. Sutton's a good player, but Ayo Manor and Rice is going to be outscoring that. So Judkins is better than Mason, and I like Mason too, but you got to think of it that way. All right, anything else, Travis? What else you got?
I'm sure you've answered this, but right now, Woody Marks or Ollie Gordon, who would you rather stash?
Ollie Gordon right now.
What I was saying.
But that could go, I mean, that's right now. The wind shifts on that with one simple H-hand injury or something, knock on wood. ETN, Jalen Warren, Pickens for Barkley. ETN, Jalen Warren, Pickens. You take Barkley and you get T. Higgins. Yeah, do that in a second. But then I am looking to flip Barkley. I'm definitely looking to flip Higgins with a player to get like a BTJ or somebody I can take a gamble on, like a London or, Higgins for Ladd. And then all of a sudden it's Barkley and Ladd. But I am looking to flip Barkley, but I'm also looking to acquire Barkley. And the reason being is if somebody says, Smitty, you're off him, I'm still off of Barkley if you drafted Barkley. You drafted Barkley, you took him in a risky territory because I think he can get injured. But his new value is probably in round 2 somewhere, trade value. And Barkley here, that bakes in the risk of all the risk that was present when you drafted him here. So it's a completely different thing when people are going and getting Barkley now at his new value, which it's not crazy lower, but it's definitely lower. It's dipped into round 2. Neighbors, BTJ, Pickens, Rice, sell for running back. I would sell. I mean, if you need to sell Rice for a running back, Hampton, Benson, any of these players, you might have to do it, a complicated 2 for 2 or something, but certainly would be the list you want to look at for sure. And Alonzo with a $20 holler. Alonzo, appreciate you, my
alert.
boy.
Super chat alert.
Thank you, Alonzo. Appreciate you. Whoops. Kroger, what are you doing? Alonzo says 2-1. Baker, Bucky, Kyron, Kamara, Chubb, Neighbors, Debo, Sutton, Golden, Fannin. Got 2 offers for Kamara. Worthy and A.O. Manor or DJ Moore and Kraft. No, bro. Kamara, you need to trade Kamara for London. You need to trade Kamara for Garrett Wilson. You need to trade Kamara for Benson, for Judkins, for Hampton. Give up a little bit more to get Hampton. Give up a little more to get Judkins. But this is nothing. This is waiver wire fodder. Worthy's maybe going to bounce back, but then he's got to stay healthy as an injured player all year. Kamara, I know Kamara doesn't have the value he should have right now, but there's still people that will pay for the okay, we're only 3 weeks in. I still think Kamara's a top 10 running. And what is Kamara's rank right now? It's not even, let's see here. Kamara is running back 22. But I don't think people will value him there. Get Hendy straight up. Get Benson straight up. Get Hampton or Judkins. You might have to give up more potentially to get into that. Is he good in PPR? Not right now. He's running back 22. So he's not good right now in PPR. He's not good in, not necessarily. But then again, it's like, what running backs are around him right now? Breece Hall. I mean, you could say Breece Hall's not good then. So everyone's going to have reserved their judgment because we're only 3 weeks in. Like the QB 7's Drake May. Do I think Drake May is QB7 at the end of the year? I don't, but I think he's playing well enough that you could treat him like a top 12. There are going to be quarterbacks that rebound, and he certainly could progress. And if Hendy's used properly, he could probably maintain a top 10 overall ranking if they throw to him and then let Hendy run some touchdowns in from the flat. Then all of a sudden, Drake May's stats are going to go up a lot. Hubbard, let's see here. Kendre Miller, no thank you. Anything else, Travis?
Just one last thing. With Dart, obviously, maybe his ceiling can be higher, but do you see him, putting up better numbers than Sam Darnold in fantasy or a Tua, something like that? Would you rather?
He could. Here, I got a Wild Wild West trade offer here. I mean, he could put up those numbers. I think Dart could look more like May. I mean, he could look like May, but a little bit lesser of a May, Drake May. I'd say Dart could look like a top 14, 15 guy, maybe. This offer I'm not going to call out the person, but Pollard, Laporta, and Horton for Judkins and Debo. They want my Judkins and Debo for Pollard, Laporta, and Horton in the Wild Wild West.
Horton had 2 touchdowns. Does that every week now.
All right, let's look at this other offer that just came in. This is probably worse. It's from the same guy, so. Pollard, Laporta, Worthy for Debo and Judkins. Who said it? Who's out there? Who are you? Because you changed your sleeper name, so I don't know who's who. Who's sending me this trash? I wouldn't trade you Judkins for that. You want Debo too? You're getting greedy.
Yeah.
Trying to rake one over on your boy Smitty, and you're getting greedy. All right. Anything else, Travis?
ETN or Javante? Who do you like better?
No backups.
Yeah, no backups.
You know, man, Javante's tough because he's currently running back number 7.
Yep.
ETN is running back number 9. So they're both playing really, really good. Now, Javante's got a brutal schedule all year. He has 3 good matchups in the next. Yeah, he's got 3 good matchups. Let me merge this call real quick. Mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you, okay?
All right.
Javante's got 3 good matchups the rest of the year. The rest is a complete disaster. Red line all the way down. Now, defenses change from year to year, and some of this,
Right.
some of these rankings are not going to be the same. Maybe week 8 or 9, but it's bad. It's Philly, KC, Detroit, Minnesota, LAC, Washington, all the way straight down from 11 to 17. So I don't know. Part of me wants to sell high, but at the same time, if you're asking me about ETN, what if ETN's not even in the lineup?
Right.
And he's got a way better schedule.
Better.
I would probably say ETN, but I would be trying to go get Tootin to make sure I'm covered.
Yeah, I would want to. It's about as close as you can get for me because I think Javante, knock on wood, as long as he's healthy, that job is his, and he's getting those 12 to 18 whatever carries a week, and he's getting all the red zone.
It's just a brutal schedule.
Blue will come in at some point, but yeah.
I wonder if it's the toughest rushing schedule in the league. And then you mix in that Lamb's not there, and they're going to stack the box more on top of, so I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm probably trying to trade him. But I still like him. I'm still rooting for him. 0-3, my Allen, Tet, Kamara for Daniels and Nico. Give me Daniels and Nico. However, I guess if you told me, hey, I'm keeping Josh Allen and I traded Ted and Kamara for, a JJ, which you could maybe do, then I'd rather have that side more. But from what you offered or what you put on the screen, I'd rather have the second side. All right, Travis, anything else?
Nope. Thanks, Smitty. Talk to you later.
Appreciate all your work. Thank you, pal. Final caller here, 816. You're live as quickly as you can. Go ahead.
All right, Smitty. So I'm looking at a trade of ETN, Tucker, and Godwin, which they're on the bench, and trying to get Rice and Hendo. Is ETN too much for that or too little? I'm not sure.
ETN, Tucker?
Yeah, like other bench trash like Tucker and Godwin, just to give them depth.
For what was you trying to get again?
Rice and Travion.
Well, I'll say it like this. I wouldn't give either Rice or Hendy I might do Rice ETN just because it depends on your team. Like, you can't wait on Rice. You're 0-3. I could understand maybe, but yeah, you're a little greedy here. I'd try and do it if you pull it off. Like, who am I to tell you can't, pull something like this off in your league? But if you're wondering if it's good enough, it's not good enough. No, I would slam the door in your face. This is about as bad as that offer I just got.
That's what I was thinking. Some Discord people said that that wasn't enough, and I was like, huh.
It's not.
Like, what if I put in like my running backs are Bucky, Judkins, and Benson with ETN on the bench? Would you sub in one of those guys for ETN, something like that?
Judkins, Benson or who?
And then Bucky's the main guy, so I'm not.
Yeah,
really
you're not trading.
trying
No, don't trade Bucky. So
Yeah.
Benson, Tucker, and Godwin for Rice and Hendy. I'd take Rice and Hendy over Benson, Tucker, and Godwin. Maybe he's intrigued by Benson. Maybe not. I don't know. But, I mean, Benson and Hendy are neck and neck for me, so you give me Rice for free, I'm doing that. But I don't know. That's a more appealing offer, I suppose, to that guy, because Benson's the new shiny toy right now. But I don't think you're getting it. But keep trying, bro. You never know. Throw in all your fab dollars, maybe a quarterback upgrade, you know?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you. All right, I am out of here, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. Make sure you go over to the Patreon. I'm going to go over there right now and answer some questions. I usually do at the end of the night. Swing in there. The Patreon link is right here. If anybody wants to become a part of the Patreon family, $10 a month. Cancel any time. Try it for the cost of a cup of coffee. Just try it. Cancel anytime. Your boy's going to be in there right now. It's just an amazing live chat place. The link I'm going to pin in the live chat. We were going to draft tonight, but I don't think I'm too tired. We'll draft tomorrow. I'm sorry. But if you guys want to draft tonight, go over to Underdog right now. The link is right here. Code Smitty gets it done. Or just hit this link and it inserts Code Smitty for you. Smash that link. Play $5, get 50 by using the link. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'll have a video here probably. I think I'll have one for tomorrow morning. So it'll be at 7:30 a.m. 7 to 7:30 a.m. every single morning. I'm trying to put a video up Monday through Friday. See you all later. Appreciate you. Thank you, mods. Silver Rapture, where you been, bro? Appreciate seeing you here. Oatmeal, see you later. Keep it real, see you later. Shelly, see you later. Mike, see you later. Walter, Goose Bro, ADHD, appreciate you. Thank you all my super chatters. Thank you, G Money, Will G, Austin G, Freddie, Lewis, Lonzo, thank you for the $20 haulers. Paul, thank you for the $20 hauler. Jerry, thank you for the 10. Everybody else, thank you for the super chats. Gifted memberships. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Oh man, I feel so bad. Ray De La Torre, are you still here, bro? Andre Vaughn, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Ray, you still here? I hope Ray's still here. Ray, if you're here, you're getting a standing ovation. Ray gifted a membership earlier and I didn't see it. I didn't celebrate it. I'm sorry, Ray. Hopefully he's here. I don't think he is. Maddie with the celebratory message, 0-3. Maddie, you still here? My Genty London for Monty Rice. Genty London by you're 0-3, bro. You can't take on Rice right now. And no, Maddie. Is Ray De La Torre here? Ray De La Torre, I'm sorry. I was offered a Mecca for CD Lamb. What should I do? I'd probably take Buka, bro. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you. Walter said I need help, but he didn't ask his question. Walter, you could have just pasted it. All right, see you all later. Appreciate you.